Did you receive a letter from Higbee and Associates concerning an image found on your website? If so, you've come to the right place, and we are here to help. My name is John Bathke, and I'm at the law firm of Phillips & Bathke, PC. And we are here to talk about the letter you received from Higbee. Now, this letter is not a scam. It concerns something called a copyright. And a copyright is a type of intellectual property which protects original works of authorship, such as a photograph, or a film, or a story. In Higbee's letter, Higbee is claiming that its client's copyright was violated by you when you put certain images on your website. Now, when we look at Higbee's letter, we want to look at 4 key pieces of information. First, who is Higbee's client? Who claims to own the copyright in the work? Second, what are the images at issue in this dispute? That's usually an exhibit that's attached to the letter and contains certain links where the images on your website were found. Third, how much is Higbee asking for to resolve this dispute? What is the settlement amount they want? This amount is fairly easy to find because it's usually in bold and on the first page of the letter. Finally, the last key piece of information we look at is something called the release. And this is usually at the end of Higbee's letter. And it is a proposed agreement between Higbee's client and you concerning this dispute. It contains terms such as the payment amount, when the payment amount is due, what happens if you don't make that payment by that due date. After reviewing these 4 pieces of information, we do an analysis of Higbee's claim, and we ask certain questions. And we'd like to share some of the questions that we ask with you today, so in case they might help you also evaluate your case. First, we ask, do we have enough information to say that Higbee's client actually owns the copyright in the work? Was there a copyright registration provided? Was there a copyright registration number provided? And that usually has 2 letters like a VA or TX plus a series of numbers. Does the release actually provide warranties that Higbee's client owns the copyright in the work? This information is necessary to take a look at because if Higbee's client doesn't own the copyright in the work, then they have no claim against you. Another question we ask is, what is the value of the image? Now, Higbee's client has asked for a certain amount of money. But is that amount of money a reasonable amount of money? How much is the value of the image, the licensing value of the image? And this can be found online using certain resources like Getty Images or a Google reverse search. These are things that you can find out and that we take a look at when we evaluate Higbee's claim. And finally, there's something called the release. Is that release reasonable, is the question we ask. For instance, there's a jurisdiction clause in the release. That means that if there's a dispute, if something goes wrong with the agreement, then there's a state location that the dispute will be resolved. Usually it's California. Maybe that doesn't make sense, though, for you to have the dispute be litigated in California. So we take a look at Higbee's letter, we find these key pieces of information, and then we ask some questions. And after we've answered those questions, we are better prepared to go back to Higbee and negotiate a resolution of the case. Of course, if you have any questions at all concerning this, we are here. We offer reduced rate initial consultation and flat fees for our settlement negotiations. Please use the link below this video to contact us. and we are happy to discuss the specifics of your case. Of course, this is general information, and we cannot obviously provide you with legal advice based on the fact we don't know what your case entails. But we hope this information provides you with guidance as to how to look at the letter, what questions to ask, and then if you need help, where to turn. Again, my name is John Bathke. I'm at Phillips and Bathke PC. And we hope this helps, and we look forward to speaking with you in the future. Thank you.